Yeah, there's been some negativity with this little interview that's come out because it's just never going to change. Why? Because Zack Snyder's a good-looking white dude who's been married forever. And certain people hate that. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. All right, wanted to comment about this because this was being tossed around. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Just like with my last video with the Snyder Cut campaign. I'm glad that things have been rolling. I mean, I know a lot of people were thinking that the Real Anarchy article last week was just full of negativity. I'm like, no, it was not. It just was full of information that I even was told. I talked about all that on my last podcast episode, so if you want to go check that out, go listen to it. But now we got this article right here with the interview with Zack Snyder on comicbookdebate.com from Danya Harrington. She interviewed him on the phone. She actually had to do a thesis. And Snyder was gracious enough to let her interview. And basically, they talk about all kinds of things. The main thing was about how he has women in film. You know, a lot of people, like I said, at the beginning of the video, they just look at the guy and instantly fucking hate him. Because he's not all fluffy and losing his hair and all pale faces. No! He's a good-looking dude. Again, these people hate that. And they just spin everything around, you know. So there's talks about, you know, how Wonder Woman came to be, and of course Sucker Punch was always a big one, and he throws it back in his face that basically the way that he was looking at it was the fact that why he dressed them up the way that they did is because that's like commentary on sexism and geek culture. And he said when someone asked, why did you film the girls this way, he goes, well you did, you know, because that's usually how it is. So I guess it was kind of like a, hey, fuck you, this is how you guys portray them, but I'm trying to show a little bit more empowerment. I mean, there's a lot of misunderstanding with that. I mean, there's about assault and stuff. I mean, there's so much stuff about that. I mean, I watched that and go, how was the Spartan Warriors when he had all those guys like in their undies? Nobody complained about that. But when it's women, it's sexist. Who cares if the dudes were half naked and jacked? Didn't matter. Fucking. Can we be more consistent? He also mentioned that Zoe Saldana was up for the role of Lois Lane. He wanted Amy Adams. He totally was like all about Amy Adams, but I guess Zoe Saldana was also up for it too. It just shows you how in demand that woman is. I mean, she's in what, 3 of the top 5 box office earners of all time, and she was in the Star Trek franchise. I mean, my God, that woman. Man, put her in a movie, you're guaranteed some success. But he also talks about future projects, of course, Army of the Dead. And then there was talks about The Last Photograph, which a lot of people are wondering about. That's still being written right now. And then it comes to The Fountainhead. And, well, interesting little fact here. Yeah, Snyder, the script is in development. Not for a feature-length film, but for a television series. Who has been talking about that since last year? Just in case you guys thought my source is bullshit. Yeah. You can go back and... I'm not gonna... And apparently there's even a script written by a screenwriter friend for a Napoleon movie in the form of Scarface. And he says, I think it's fucking awesome. I would like to see that. Hopefully he directs it. So it's pretty good. I'll post the article down below. It's got some good stuff in it, so, you know, it's just, there's a lot of, like I said, stuff was kind of, I think what was going on with the Snyder Cut movement was basically, there's not a lot of things happening. I mean, Snyder is busy in pre-production right now, and so he was not very vocal about things, and things were kind of, hype levels were going down and down and down, but of course, Comic-Con coming up. There's a lot of bullshit that was coming around with people with, I know, it's just crazy. It's worth it. I get it, guys. That's why I was like, nobody's going to believe certain things I said, even though now I was like pretty much three big things that pretty much confirm my guy. I mean, but it's whatever. Nobody has to believe it or not, but I just think like things were dying down a lot. The hype levels were really low, and that's why I thought a lot of things were being repeated. And then when like full-on things with facts come about. It's just stuff you don't want to hear. And I've said that forever, that when I say certain things, I know it's stuff that people are not going to want to hear, and they don't, and they get pissed off at me, and they get angry, and it's a lot of fun to be on Twitter. But information is key. That's what it's all about, really. And then just stuff like this, supporting Snyder. There's no mention of the Snyder Cut, which I'm totally grateful for in this whole interview. She specifically just talked about him making these movies, his movies. No mention of that, even though maybe there was a mention, that she just didn't put it in here, which is good. But, when it comes to, like I said, just positivity, that's what we're, I guess, trying to do. A lot of people trying to promote that. I just wish, some people would actually, do it. So there you have it, guys. Go check out that article if you haven't yet. Comicbookdebate.com. Those guys, I love the site. Shiraz, who runs it, very good guy, very level-headed dude. Does a lot of good stuff for the community and stuff like that. So there you go, guys. Go check it out. Let me know your thoughts about it down below. Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel as thefilmjunkie.com for all my content. Follow me in the sock meds over there, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then of course Patreon if you want to help out. And then shirts and stickers down below, guys. Talk to you later.